Today's topic is about 7th house, also known as YOGITA or also the house of marriage. Hi, I'm Vishal. Welcome you all in our YouTube channel Astrology. This is the 7th house of any birth chart. This is the house from where one can see his married life and relationships. It also denotes career, mass fame, earthly ties and unions, legal bondages, spouse, partner in business, conjugal life, litigation, influence, success and reputation in foreign countries and travel, danger to life, relationship with spouse, gain or loss after the marriage. Type of spouse, his, her, physical and mental disposition, Padprapti, the profession, enemies, opponent, sexual organs, sexual life, vacation home, physical body of a spouse, negotiation, happiness and comfort. 7th house is also called as a Maraka, death inflicting house. The position of benefic and malefic planets in the house alter the results. Therefore, however, this becomes the most important house for you after your marriage. This is the house is also called as a Yuvati Bhava, as it represents your spouse. The relatives it signifies are spouse, maternal grandmother, children of brothers sisters, maternal uncle's family, paternal grandfather, father's elder brother. The body parts signified by this house are the sexual organs and kidney. The placement of the different planets and the lords of the houses in the 7th house play a very crucial role to judge the entire well-being of house. The basic and the general permutation and combination are given in the astrological classics. About the placement of the 7th lord in the different houses in the chart. This is at very basic and the mundane level. The actual impact can be judged when we combine the lord placement with the sign and the planet placement. But from a basic comprehension aspect, this will be very helpful to understand as we go along. A complete understanding of the chart is required. You also have to understand that these other texts were written when our society and culture had much different values and norms. You have to be intelligent enough to interpret this according to the today's time, place and condition. These are the just experts. We shall cover this in detail, the different series on lords in the houses. Now let's check 7th lord in all the 12 houses. The 7th lord in the 1st house will choose his life partner on his own. Be wit, skillful, devoid of courage and afflicted by a windy disease. 7th lord in the 2nd house, the native may have multiple relationships, will gain wealth through his wife and be procrastinating in nature. The 7th lord in the 3rd house, the native will be devoid of progenic happiness, may beget child or have sons after a great difficulty, and there is a possibility of having more daughters. 7th lord in the 4th house, the wife of the native will not be under his control. He will be fond of truth, intelligent and religious. He will suffer from dental disease. 7th lord in the 5th house, the native will be honorable, endowed with all good virtues, always happy and endowed with all kind of wealth. 7th lord in the 6th house, the native will beget a sickly wife and will have imical to her. He will be given to her anger and will be devoid of marital happiness. 7th lord in the 7th house, the native will be endowed with happiness through wife and be courageous, skillful and intelligent, but only afflicted by a windy disease. 7th lord in the 8th house, the native will be deprived of marital happiness. His wife will have more health issues, be devoid of good disposition and will not obey the native. Seventh lord in the ninth house. The native may have more friends of opposite sex in the social circle and be well disposed with his own wife and will have many undertakings. Seventh lord in the tenth house. The native will beget disobedient wife, will be religious and endowed with wealth, son, etc. The seventh lord in the 11th house. The native will gain wealth through his wife, be endowed with the less happiness from sons, and will have daughters. The seventh lord in the 12th house. The native will face extreme poverty, be a miser, and his livelihood would be through clothing and garments. His wife will be spendthrift. By now, you would be have understand what would seventh house means. Hold on, do not reach to a conclusion. There is much more to come in the next video. We shall take you through the 8th house. Stay tuned.